Hello and welcome to Law and Order SVU here on FANVERSATION. We are talking season 23, episode 20. Do you believe in miracles? I am Yael Teagle. I am joined by my full panel today. I don't know why Felicia Michelle is losing her mind over there. Hello,
That'd be
Felicia.
hilarious.
I'm just saying, I just feel like Taylor Gates can give Vanna White a run for her fucking money. Like, Taylor's I just the gesturalization that Taylor did in the intro. I just don't even try anymore. Like, she got it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. I love this. Taylor Gates is here. Felicia Michelle is here. Welcome. For those who are new, welcome to our show. For those who are not, you probably know this. At the SVU after show, we want to make sure that you have a hotline if you need help. That number is 1-800-656-4673. It is the RAINN Hotline, 1-800-656-4673. What does that spell?
Hope.
Yep.
2 weeks in a row.
Okay, last
week I stole it. This week, Felicia.
So poor Taylor. Like, you know that one of my favorite things to do is just
literally said
anxiety. Is she gonna do it? Is she not?
You said throw her a compliment and then just completely ruin her day. Is what you said.
No. I'm just a backwards dom. I was supposed to do that, and then I was supposed to do aftercare. I'm so sorry.
We're learning all about kinks and not kink shaming because of Yael. Thank you so much. Yael, I'm sure appreciates that a lot.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. Okay, before we get into it, because we will, and I'm smiling so happy right now just hearing you talk about BDSM. People, this show, SVU, sometimes talks about serious issues. And this episode has some serious stuff and it's based on a real rip from the headline, which I cannot wait to talk to you guys about. But also our show, SVU, takes the serious and goes, but what if we do something else? Did I almost tweet that the actor who played Luke/Nick can kidnap me? Almost. I almost did. If that's not your kind of humor, consider this your content warning.
There you have it, folks. Let's see. We're 3 minutes in. We've already talked about domination. We've already talked about being kidnapped. You know what you're in for, at least. You can't say we didn't warn you.
Right. And we give a resource. So
we never try to be something we're not, ever. We would never do that. This is who we are, for better and worse.
This is who we are on this very special Mother's Day. I see that we have very few viewers because I assume people are busy with their families.
Whatever. You love your moms, but who cares? Get here.
She only brought you, I guess, into the world, took care of you or whatever.
Whatever.
I say this to those who have mothers, happy Mother's Day. To those who do not have mothers, happy Mother's Day. I think that it's important to remember that not everyone's raised by a mother, and not all of us are mothers, but we deserve a special day. So have a wonderful day. Let's jump into this episode. Speaking of mothers, I'm going to say some terrible shit.
I was like, what an episode for us to talk about on Mother's Day. Thank you.
Perfect. Let's start with the big question. Here's the quick cap real quick. When a student's school reports a girl missing, the squad must track down a trusted family friend for answers. Benson gets a Mother's Day surprise. Before we jump into the episode, if you happen to be watching SVU and or Organized Crime on Hulu or anywhere but live on TV, you missed.
You didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss anything, guys.
It's 2 minutes, which I'm going to tell you right now, we have for you. So stick around through our episode. We will show you the 2 minutes that you did not get to see. I'm not saying that you missed it now.
About it, not to watch the clip, but to hear our thoughts.
100%.
Very clear. It's not this clip we're teasing. It's the opinions.
But I brought the clip because as soon as I heard that not everyone was going to get this scene, I was like, well, I'm going to make sure we have it because our listeners and viewers deserve the best from us. All right. What did you think of this episode? Felicia, take it away.
Oh my gosh, I love this episode because it's because of what it's based on, and we'll talk about that a little bit later from the headlines. But I was like, oh my God, I was like, this is not about those, this is not that. I was like, no, yes, it is. Literally, my notes are just me, it's like exclamation points of me being like, what the fuck? I've seen this already, haven't I? What is this? It can't be because this one element's missing. Oop, there's the element. Like that's literally like basically my entire notes is like, oh my God. It was great. It was amazing. Like that's such a fucked up story that any bit of like drama, like it writes itself. Like it was great. It was great. I loved it.
I'm so glad. Taylor, what'd you think?
I also loved it, and I also found little nuggets of things I've seen, but they were great things, so I didn't care. Like, we had some real charisma energy where she's like, it's God's baby. They don't understand. They never will. And who cares? Charisma's a great episode, and so I didn't mind that they reduced, recycled it here because it's a great episode. I love the mom in this was so... like clueless, like on Mother's Day we have this mom, okay, but it was fantastic. I was so here for all of it.
I'm so glad. So I was watching this live and I was like so excited because as soon as it became clear that he'd slept with the mom, I paused and I turned to my roommate and I said, I know this story. I know what's about to happen. The twist is going to be so good. And I really hope that Taylor and Felicia have not seen the documentary.
Oh my God, no. I like one of the best documentaries on Netflix because it's literally like the same feelings in the episode. Like,
we'll get to it.
Yes, we'll get to it.
Taylor?
I haven't seen the doc, so
yes!
I don't know what you're talking about, but now I want to watch it because I didn't.
Okay. Well, it's great. It's great.
Okay. So then, Taylor, this is the moment I've been waiting for. The twist of the father.
Yes.
Talk to me. How did you feel? Did you see it coming?
No, I did not see that coming at all. However, I am, not to spoil like the staircase, but there was a little bit of like if you've seen the staircase on HBO Max, I just watched the pilot and there was another like, oh, maybe the dad was gay twist in that. So I was like, interesting. I feel like I just watched this a little bit, but no, this episode was just wild all around. It never stopped being insane.
Oh, I'm so glad. Honestly, I watching this was like, ooh, I'm loving this. Even though I know exactly where it's going, I'm loving this. And I was wondering what that was like for somebody who didn't see it coming. And so I'm very happy to hear. I knew one of you would hopefully not have seen it.
But I honestly, I thought to myself, like literally in my notes, I was like, they might not, this might just be, because sometimes they'll just take bits and pieces of a story, right? So it's like, oh, it's kind of like mix and mingle some things together. And I was like, oh, they're probably not gonna do that twist with the dad because maybe it's like NBC, like I don't really know, they might go in a different direction, there's a different type of twist. So while I know the story and I was like, this is a possibility, they waited so long. I think they knew because a lot of people had seen that doc before or know the story or whatever, that we'll just assume. But it went so long, and so it was still a shock. Like even though I know the real story, that was still a shock. Like,
oh, good. I'm so honestly, this episode, what a fun ride. We'll tell you all about the documentary in just a bit. Stay with us. George in the chat says, I haven't seen the documentary yet. Girl, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Zach says, I haven't seen it either, so I didn't know what to expect. And then the twist with the father happened. Aaliyah said, I've never seen it. I'm excited to see the documentary after this. I was shocked by the twist. You guys are going to love it. And then we just got to shout it out, because it has to be said. Thank you. I play softball. Felicia.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yep. Correct. It is correct.
Correct.
I want to give some shout outs to the actors because, first of all, we have a big announcement coming at the end also about the actors, so stick around for that. But for all the Grimm fans, and I guess on All Rise as well, Reggie Lee played the dad, Paul Lee, and I'm telling you, stick around. Also, Virginia Cull played Claire Lee, who was from a previous episode. She previously played a racist whose grandfather was a member of the KKK, really great episode. So seeing her in this, I was like, girl, this is so different.
Range.
Yes. Okay. Shout out to Nick/Luke, played by Alexander Koch. I'm gonna say it again. I said it before. Alexander Koch, you may kidnap me.
It's like you may kidnap me.
Great guy, he did not kidnap me. I'm just gonna put that out there.
No, of course not. But he may kidnap me. We also, of course, got our very favorite Sergeant Caldoun with Ariel Stechel. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. And Isabella Russo played Beth Lee, the girl having God's baby. And for those who didn't notice, J.C. McKenzie, who was previously on our after show to talk about his episode of Raw, he also previously played a racist, is the lawyer this episode. What is happening with all these racists coming back?
They're like, this is the episode.
They turned their life around. You know, we're happy to see that.
Honestly, I was like, and this episode's not going to deal with race? Okay. You bring in two racists. That's a choice.
It's a choice. Certainly a choice.
Honestly, I freaking loved this episode. Every moment was just so fun.
And you want to know what the best part about this was?
Tell me.
That he that shall not be named was nowhere in this episode. We didn't have to hear about none of his background, none of what he did. They didn't try to force him on us. It was like going somewhere and seeing the dude, and not seeing the dude that likes you and that is usually everywhere. And like, oh my God, oh, he is not here. Oh, thank God. Like, you just like, this is fun. Like,
so it's great that you point that out because he definitely was in organized crime. And I was like, oh, that's why.
Over there. That's great.
Yeah, honestly, hold on a minute. He would be a good fit over there.
Don't do that. I'm already suffering through that show. Don't do that to me.
I don't watch it. So.
You're such assholes, the two of you.
Sorry.
Yeah, as you may have heard, it was a crossover, and we'll get to what happened on that show at the end of this one. So, yeah. I'm looking at my notes, and I just have a few quick quotes because I just loved this. So, any topics we want to talk about?
I mean, I just feel like there's so many. There's so much to say.
Okay. So one thing we'll eventually get to the story that's based on, and probably like I don't even know if we can continue that far without getting to it soon. But this was different because like they put that religious aspect in there, and I think that I was like, well, why did they like kind of put that in there? It was so heavy, but I think it was really to like try to show like some cognitive dissonance, like to be like that oh my God, we believe, because why would a normal person like in their right mind let this happen? Like that's literally what everybody is thinking as they're probably watching this. Like why would you let somebody, go God's plan? And like
I believe the real story also, they were Mormons in the original.
And they were from like a really, really small town. Also, this came out like 2019. I only watched this one time. It was still fucking crazy though. But it's like they always kind of do that when they're trying to like explain why somebody will allow something crazy, or like why they allow the trust, right? Like always kind of like, oh, they wouldn't do that. Like they've done it so many times. Oh, they wouldn't do that. Like they're with church. Yeah. And I just wonder, are they trying to tell us something?
They were way too calm. Way too calm.
Does anybody else like,
especially at the beginning there, they're like, oh, she's not there? Maybe they're in a car wreck? I'm like, how are you not freaking out? You're way too chill.
Like, even the fact that, like, even if they were in church or something, they'd be like, well, why are the police here asking about, like, like, it's just, and all this from a little voice drawing, an inkling from a teacher to just say, I think something is wrong here.
I think that is a great point. Teachers are underappreciated. Teachers are the ones who notice that something is wrong. They spend all day with your child and they notice that something is wrong. And if most of the time, if a kid is being abused or neglected, it is a teacher who notices before anybody else.
It's true. She was really the thief this whole episode, and that's true.
Pay teachers better.
Yes. Period.
Yeah, because I would not want. I used to want to be a teacher. Isn't that crazy? Did y'all imagine?
Yeah.
I really
Yes.
do like kids. I
Yeah,
really do.
I was like, I could actually.
Okay,
You'd be
at all.
You'd be the best because you would like be fun, but like you would keep that shit under control too. Which I like would appreciate. Those were the best teachers because they like didn't let people just do whatever, but they like still had a good time. That's
Yeah,
how
I probably would have ended up quitting with all the pressure that's on them right now. So even if I had the capacity to potentially be a great educator, I would be like, I can't do this shit unsupported. So I'd probably quit. Like literally the classroom supplies out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
You guys do know what I do Sunday mornings, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like Felicia should be like low-key the same, and I feel like I would be got run all over because I wouldn't know how to like put discipline in the classroom, and they would just steamroll me like truly. I would have the most chaotic classroom. It'd be fun, but it wouldn't be under control.
No one ever talks about how terrifying children actually are, but I just say like, you really have to like. No, I mean, like, you really have to, like, it's like when you see a dog and they be like, don't act like you're scared because the dog will sense that you're scared. And it's that same energy. And I know that we, like, yell kids aren't her favorite, but I do wonder that tender moment it was between Noah. We had like 2 tender moments with Noah and Olivia. Were you like, oh, or were you like, okay, we'll move to the next?
Look, Noah is almost a teenager and boy's queer. So
that's 2 points in her book.
2 points in his favor.
He said he's moving up now.
I will say this. For those who don't know, I teach Jewish Sunday school on Sunday mornings. And literally today, we're reflecting on the year because we're almost, thank God, over. Fuck, this year has been long. These kids. And one of my students, we did an activity at some point with marshmallows. And I told them they couldn't eat the marshmallows. And today during class, one of the girls was like, I want to confess I ate a marshmallow. And I went, first of all, she was like, I didn't say anything because no one asked. And I was like, first of all, lying by omission is still a lie. And second of all, you got away with it. Why would you tell me?
True. Guilty conscience. How long ago was that? Because that must have been eating away at her.
A marshmallow? No. A marshmallow? I'd have ate several marshmallows and I'm like, I got away with it. I'm not telling her.
Right. You tell me when you move on to the next year. You don't tell me while we're still in class.
So funny.
I wouldn't even say that. I would tell you maybe at the grocery store like 10 years later I ran into you like, oh my God, I was a high school teacher. I'm like, it's so funny. Let me tell us like those marshmallows, girl. I ate so many.
See, that's crazy because that's Catholic level guilt right there. Like that's
honestly, guilt. Here's the thing. I don't think she felt guilty. I think she was gloating.
Oh, okay. That's different. Okay.
I think she was like, I got away with this. And I was like, good for you. Don't tell me.
No, you didn't. Oh, that's funny.
No, but it was really sweet to see those moments, and then I thought for a second I was like, are we about to take a twist? Because if we take another twist off this twist when he grabbed his iPad back real fast, and she's like, "What are you hiding?" And I was like, oh, what's about to happen? Because I hate kind of when they interject. I don't like when they really interject. Like I didn't like the direction I thought that was going in, but then it was like, okay, no, it's a sweet surprise.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of teared up a little bit at the end. I was like, oh my gosh. Because like all she wanted to be was like a mom. And everyone told her like basically her whole career, like you can't have both. If you have a kid, your kid's not gonna be happy. Your kid's gonna have those problems. And he's great. Like he's great and they have a great relationship. And it was just really sweet, like to see, like, because they've been hating on her since like the beginning about motherhood and about having to choose. And that's like a constant patriarchal conversation. I guess reduced, reused, and recycled. Like, why are we still talking about it? And it was just nice to see the moment. Like, fuck y'all, that little boy loves his mom, and she's his real mom, and that's who he's supposed to be with the entire time. So, and those pictures were fire. I was like, did they like? Obviously, they have to create these pictures, and I'm like, this is cute. Like, were these in the house, and maybe we didn't notice? So I was kind of thinking, are these pictures that it might have been around that we had never, sometimes they put like they set the house and they put pictures in the frames stuff. I was like, maybe these are pictures that were just around through the seasons and we never really paid attention.
I mean, I agree with you. I think that it was really great. I also thought that the iPad thing was going to turn into something else, and I'm kind of Kind of disappointed it didn't, because I think it would be great. Look, here's the thing. Previous Noah, I'm not talking about this actor. Previous Noah, previous actor, there was a whole ridiculous, we had to rehash the rape gene conversation. And previous Noah looked like he could have grown up to be a sociopath, and that would have been fascinating. This Noah, there's no way he could be a sociopath. This kid smiles too much and he's too sweet and whatever. So fine, let us have happy-go-lucky, good relationship Noah. But I really thought that this was going to be a lesson about talking to strangers on the internet or something.
Didn't he just have a dog collar around his neck like a couple of
Yes, yes, he did.
I guess anything really happened.
Wild. When will that come back? It has to. Come on.
That kid, yeah, that kid's fucking
Hudson. Is this?
At the
Of course
time.
it was.
Of course it is.
All right. George in the chat says that those pictures were from behind the scenes. Good to know. I think that, I think some of them I've seen like on social media, but also like I'm sure throughout they've been taking pictures together. Audrey, back to the main plot, says in the beginning, I thought that they were in on it because they were too calm. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought they gave her to a stranger who was paying them to spend time with their daughter, kind of like too close to home. Very interesting theory. I agree. It was very weird that the parents were so calm. But it made sense when you found out what was happening.
Wild.
Yeah. I want to talk about the good cop, bad cop with Olivia and Amanda, like the weirdest good cop, bad cop ever. Like, you are so mature. Like, she just doesn't understand her daughters are young. I thought that was such an interesting way to do that, but it made so much sense because she desperately wanted to, like, feel like she was grown up. And so I love that little plot to talk to her like that.
I mean, what 14-year-old girl doesn't want to feel like she's grown up?
Yeah, I just thought it was really creative, kind of. She was like, she doesn't get it. Like, her girls are young. I get it. I know. I was like, this is such a twist on, like, you're one of the good guys. Like, you're kind of, like, pivoting it to something to, like, appeal to her, which is really funny.
I mean, it then produced what I think is a line that definitely has to become a t-shirt, and I would like everyone to tell me. Apparently, I'm better at talking to psychopaths than teenage girls.
Yes, this is true, actually. And here's the thing. I think talking to a psychopath would be easier sometimes than talking to a teenage girl. So I don't think we can falter for that.
I also think, I was like, I feel seen.
Didn't it? I was like, that's a statement I never thought I could say. I totally understand that.
Right?
But I do. I really do. Also, they're probably just as scary too, by the way. So
yeah.
That's just true. I was fucking scary. I'd have been scared of myself. Like,
yeah.
I was like, what did you fucking say?
George says the guy did 75% of the family. Couldn't believe it. Damn.
That is actually not a bad question to throw into the atmosphere. Is you don't know what happened to Elijah.
Oh,
we don't know what happened to Elijah. They came back and spun the block around for Elijah. No one even brought up the fact that he had touched everybody in the family and didn't even say, you wonder if he did anything to Elijah? No one even asked about that. Y'all used Elijah to bring it in. He used his little drawing and then just.
Felicia, you are so right.
They never said anything else. Like, no, who's left that comment? That's their comment made me think about that because I was like, oh shoot, we didn't even think about George. Thank you, George. You didn't even think about Elijah. Why wouldn't he? It's all control. It's like it was like, I mean, obviously, I don't know, obviously, but I don't have the scientific words to describe why somebody does things like that. Like, but clearly this was all about having like control of this situation. And it's interesting that maybe he didn't, because Elijah is like low-key the one that kind of told what happened and where she was with and had the ink. Now, why is hold on, he didn't touch Elijah, because now I'm thinking Elijah's the only one that had fucking common sense to say, I don't think he's coming back.
Maybe he did.
He's supposed to be back. I don't think she's coming back.
Yeah, but maybe he did touch Elijah, and that's why Elijah knew, because he was like, listen, I know what he's doing her because he did it to me.
No, he.
Oh gosh,
I don't think so. I really think that he was just like, everybody in this house is crazy as hell. Like, what can I do except for just continue to go to second grade, third grade, and just draw? Wild.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, and the can we skip to the ending and why that was like fucked up too? It's like, did anybody bring up, first off, I know has brought up therapy is beyond my scope of conversation.
Therapy was suggested.
No, like or CPS needs to come and take your kid. Like,
yes,
it's like more intervention, not like, okay, like, yeah, like you can suggest therapy, but I mean, like, you like mandate that. Like, they're victims of a crime. Like,
let's talk about what can be mandated and what can't, because this episode brought in, look, I know that
mandate parenting classes. They can mandate that. That's
so
horrible.
We're in a current political climate, where what you can force someone to do and what you can't is being questioned. But in this episode, there was a whole lot of discussion about whether they could force or they can't force the girl to do a rape kit. We couldn't force her to do an STD test, a pregnancy test. We couldn't force her to do anything. And I think that it was very interesting when her mom said, I can force her to eat her vegetables. Why can't I force her to do these other things? Ma'am, do you understand where a vegetable goes versus where the doctor wants to go?
Here's the thing. Like, I don't think you're cramming the vegetables down her throat. I'm just saying, like, you're not sedating her and putting a vegetable. Like, it's quite different, ma'am. Like, come on.
I agree. I think what's interesting is that it felt like the parents didn't try to talk her into it. They tried to talk the doctor into forcing it. They tried to talk the cops into forcing it. It didn't seem like her parents sat her down and explained to her why she should do it.
It seems like the whole house wasn't communicating at all. It seems like they all lived 4 different lives. It seems like nobody was communicating. It seems like Luke was the hub of the family. He's their Alexa, their Siri, if you will. And they just communicate to him, and then he decides what happens, like a marionette. Like,
Not the master.
He was fascinating. His manipulation was incredible. Not just, when we see the previous girlfriend and how he plays the long game, but also once he started quoting his Bible things to Carisi and explaining his perspective, and Carisi points out that, like, he could argue that he's not competent to stand trial. People could think that he was crazy as opposed to manipulative. And I found that so interesting. I love a good villain.
Yeah, the best villains think they're the heroes in their own story. And he really, like, and then it was like, kind of like, do you believe this, or do you like it? And it kind of felt a little cultish. It was giving me like a little cult leader kind of vibes, because it was like, do you believe this? And you're telling, first off, they're telling people you're God, or you're some deity, you're deifying yourself.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that obviously makes it super culty. And then the next thing is like the manipulation. So you're saying everything is like in this good spiritual space, but you're manipulating people sexually. And that's super, I love cults, by the way. Like, I hope I don't end up in one, but I love cults. I do.
The 2 of you.
I love those documentaries. I love cults. You don't understand. Like,
well, before we go any further, let me tell you about my teaching. No, I'm kidding. I would start a cult 100%. Guys.
Oh, I mean, I'd probably join yours, actually. Like,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy with Taylor at the same time. Like, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do that.
You guys both sounded like really interested to hear what my teachings were.
Oh, I mean,
I for sure. What's up?
Well, it's going to be real sex positive, pro BDSM, pro consent.
I love this.
That's as far as I got. I'll keep going.
Okay.
Oh no, there's Diet Coke, so you can only drink Diet Coke.
I'm down, actually.
You must sacrifice Diet Cokes.
Either from the can.
You must bring Diet Cokes.
Sacrificial offering.
That's what you bring to your. Do you have a name for yourself?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
Okay, cool.
Drop a comment if you have a name for Yale's cult.
Yes. And if you would join the cult,
You're gonna join, yeah.
5 stars.
Venmo us $5,000. Just like
Our enemies are coming for us.
My enemies are after me, so I need help. Take a loan.
Or you could go buy our cool merch. Like we have some really cool merch.
That's true.
Tell us about it, Felicia.
Okay, so first off, there's a lot of fun things that we talk about on the show, and those stuff we'll slap it on a t-shirt, we'll slap it on a mug, we'll slap it on a pillow, we'll slap it on a pug. So go to the link and go and see our really cool merch. We have a slim pair of jeans merch. Get it for your baby if you decided to procreate. If you got a niece, nephew, I don't know, just throw it on a baby. We have a prescription for orgasms with consent. Very important, with consent.
Somebody purchased 2 prescriptions for orgasm stickers. And if that was you, please tell us where you put the sticker. Send us a photo. We'd love to share it on the show.
Where did you put the sticker? Yeah, any of the things that we talk about, Justice or Snowball, like all the little kooky things we say on the show, we put it in there. And it's not because we want to make $1 million. It's because we want to make 1 million people laugh by the stupid shit we say.
That part right there. I'd like to put a disclaimer. We don't sell pugs yet. That's false advertising. And we wouldn't hurt a pug like that. This is for Snowball. You know we're about. We're not about
There is no animals harmed in the making of that improvised advertisement.
Yeah. Okay. Teamwork makes the dream work. Glad we clarified that.
We are really killing it today.
Unhinged.
I'm so happy. Can we talk about Khaldun being there today?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Look, not a complaint. We all know how much I love Khaldun. Why was he there?
Here's the thing. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. He and Rollins still have so much chemistry. I can't ignore it. And I don't know where they're going with that. Because it's palpable. Like, it's just so there. And, like, I've had my fluctuations about how I feel about Carisi and Rollins. I think they're cute sometimes, but I've never really felt that spark. They have a spark! Rollins and Khaldun do. That's all I'm going to say on the matter for now.
I agree. He also is, as he pointed out, very observant. He fully put together, I mean, it wasn't subtle because Carisi literally was like, I'm seeing you later. So he was like, wait a second, you're together? You think no one noticed? And then he said, oh, do he and Captain Murphy get along? Because he knows that Murphy is one of the baby daddies. And I think there's something interesting and I want to see it play out.
It was a little corny. It was given very much, are you mad that it's not you? It was given, like you ever run into somebody that you might have talked to, but nothing really happened, but you might got something else going on. And then they're like, oh, that's your little boyfriend. That's your little boyfriend. You talking to him? You like him? Like, it is salty. It was some salty ass behavior. It was still salty, but it was like, bitch, I will still fuck you right here on this. I will take you down this.
I'd like to see it. I would like to see it.
Like, I will take you down to the beat of the theme song. Like, it was. That's what I took from the scene. It was like he's salty, not him, but he'll still take you down, girl. Like, he can be your boyfriend.
I can't stop thinking about someone banging to the theme song now. If you've ever done that, drop a comment.
In my phone, actually, I already went there.
You can't not.
I was snowed in for like 7 days with one of my best friends, and we almost killed each other, but we made it, and now that's how I know we're still friends. But one of the things I did, I put on the Law and Order theme song. I did like a little piece kind of thing to the beat. It's not bad. You can move.
Who amongst us hasn't?
I haven't, but now I'm going to.
You haven't. First off, it starts in the shoulder. Doom, doom. You gotta start in the shoulder. Doom, 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 doom. You see? Look how easy that is.
All right.
If you're listening on iTunes and you have not had the pleasure of seeing what that was, I don't know what that was, but it worked. Just give that 5 stars because we were dancing, y'all.
Guys,
I would make my mom so proud on Mother's Day if she was to see that. She'd love that.
Two things. First of all, if you have a sexy dance to the theme song, please send us a video. And second of all, I Play Softball says, please make I Beat It to the theme song a sticker.
Got you.
I like it. Actually, I really like it. Well,
I love this show. That's how much I love this show.
Whew, fuck, guys. This was...
All right. We're not done yet either. We're
I'm not even close.
I'm like sweating on my underarm too. Don't worry, I'm sweating. It's fine. I'm hot.
Fuck. Okay. Before we wrap up this Carisi, Rollins, Caldoon, whatever situation, what was his point? He says to her about Captain Murphy being the baby daddy, and he says to her in perfect Hebrew, because he speaks it so beautifully. He does say, you don't choose your family.
And I said, that's not true, because she did choose to bang him.
That's not the point. The point is,
that was the point I got.
Where was he going? Right? Like, yeah, where are you going with this?
Yeah.
You messy little bitch. That's what he was doing. He was being a messy little bitch. That's all he was doing. He was just being messy. He was being jealous. And everybody knows that Amanda's going to cheat on him. Like, don't we all see it coming? Is it not the train that's coming? Y'all don't see the headlights coming for a choo-choo? Like, she's going to cheat on him.
Wow. Felicia.
Y'all tell me y'all have never thought about this, that this is not going to happen.
I can't say I've never thought about it, but the way that you just throw it out there into the universe.
I didn't think she would cheat. I just assumed they'd break up and then she would sleep with someone else.
I think she's going to cheat. And then she's going to sleep with that person. She might kiss them and that be the level of cheating. Sure. She's going to do something.
Yeah, okay.
Guys that have come through that have been flirting with her while she is with this man, and she just kind of goes, you know, she doesn't give a halt to it. Like, hey, like, don't, she didn't say like, hey, don't talk about it like that. Like, that's not cool. Like, she didn't say any of that.
No, because I mean, look, flirting is flirting. Flirting's harmless.
She's going to...
I can't wait to find out who's right.
I don't want to say she's for the streets, but I just feel like she don't mind walking on the curbside.
Well,
I can't.
George says Amanda better not cheat.
He will. He's too sweet of a guy. He's so sweet that it's not hot anymore. It's not hot. It's not hot. When you give me that sweet.
Stephanie says, I don't agree they would cheat. But also, Zach says, don't tempt fate, Felicia. It's the last thing I want to happen.
I'm going to cheat. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work.
Oh, it's definitely not. Look, they're not going to work out because if anything, he's going to cheat with Barbara.
Hey, we had to bring it back. There.
Y'all will quantum jump to that timeline if y'all could. If you could find a way to quantum jump to the timeline that happened, y'all immediately would.
100%.
What about it?
Okay. I know that some people did not get a chance to see the final minutes of, actually, to be fair, the end of one episode and the beginning of Organized Crime, there's a 2-minute window that belongs to neither show, it seems, because it wasn't on either episode for people who did not watch it live. Stephanie even said, I'm sad the streaming did not show the scene where Noah interacted with Stable for the first time. The only regret not having cable. Honestly, that's what you get, cord cutters. But here is...
Whoa, are you like a cable salesperson? Like, what's going on?
No, I'm literally the only person I know. Cord cutters. People who don't have cable are called cord cutters. No, I'm just the only person I know who still pays for cable.
Yeah,
so
I know.
You know, my mom does.
My mom does too much.
So sorry.
Happy
Me
Mother's
and the
Day.
old people.
Happy Mother's Day, Yell.
You and all the baby boomers.
Thanks, guys. All right. So I am going to play this 2 minutes. It's so long. I'm going to play this for you all. here it is. Enjoy. I'm going to not mute us, so we should be quietish. And then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
All right. So that
was long.
I know.
I mean, I thought it was cute. I'm sorry.
It's Felicia.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Honestly, your reaction the first time we saw it, because I can see when we're off the screen, I could see your face. You were so unhappy.
It's just, what are people saying now? They calling things crunchy. Is that what it is? Like, it's like, I don't just, it's a TikTok thing.
What's crunchy? I'm old.
It's, you're gonna say, oh, yeah, I'm old.
I was gonna say, I'm not young. I'm old. Go on. It's very like every other time. It's just so forced down your throat that it just like makes you kind of lose interest in it. Like it didn't. I can't wait to talk about it from the headline. So, all right. So here's the thing: when this episode got announced, it was announced that Stabler would be there. There were a lot of posts, behind the scene photos of, Chugi. I know what that word is.
Okay, is that what they're saying? All right.
Yeah, I know that word. Anyway, that makes more sense, actually. Thank you. I play softball. So the pictures of Chris Maloney and Ryan Bugle, who plays Noah, there were a bunch of those behind the scenes. So when the episode started and he took away the iPad, I was positive that he was talking to Stabler and that the big Mother's Day surprise was going to be like Stabler coming to meet them at lunch or something. So when that wasn't it, and then they ran into each other and that's how they met, I was like, what a waste of time. Why would we make this such a big deal? Because they met? Is that what it is? Is that what this is? They met? That's the big deal?
I think so. I mean, I ship it, okay? So, whatever. Of course, I'm going to like it more. I really thought it was cute. Was it what are the chances they actually are going to run into each other like that? Like, not high. But I thought it was cute. I like that they met. I thought it was precious. And I think they should just get together already. That's all I'm going to say.
I think that it was precious until he reminded her that his wife just died and that he's taking his children to the cemetery for Mother's Day.
Whatever, who cares? It's fine. It's been a while now. We don't care about Kathy Steele.
Ma'am.
Yale's eyes got so big. I was scared for her for a second. I was like, aneurysm, what's going on? And she was like, bitch, what?
Ooh.
I mean, I mean, how it's hard because I don't watch organized crime, but obviously it all kicked off because of Kathy dying, and like a lot of things have happened. So maybe it just for Taylor just feels like we've moved past that because so many other things have happened. Not like forget Kathy. Taylor, I'm trying to defend you right now.
Taylor.
Whatever, it's been a while.
Taylor is digging a hole. Felicia's like, here's a ladder. And Taylor was like, fire? Let me set fire to this ladder.
She said, oh, kindling for my fire. We just no ladder.
George says, Kathy was his wife for over 2 decades. Where is the respect?
Listen, I get it. But it's TV. Like in real life, would I root for it? No, it's not real life.
But a lot of things have happened since Kathy passed. Like a lot has gone on. So it feels like a lot of time has gone by. And maybe he can move on. If you want to be honest, I don't think Elliot Stabler needs to be with anybody but Elliot Stabler. And really, that's why I don't ship this, because Olivia's like doing really good. She's in a really healthy place. And a lot of times, like, she would make stupid decisions and it was based off of him. And almost every single time that her integrity as a police officer has come into question, it is because of something that she did with him, which we were obviously reminded of in last week's episode.
So
I don't really want them to be together. Like, he's like that shitty guy that you just always fucking liked for no the fuck reason because he has no credentials to be likable.
Oh man, Felicia, beautiful.
I don't know. You feel a heartbeat in your poom poom for somebody. You can't help it.
Zach says, Taylor's just starting shit today.
Wow.
Here's what I'll say.
Y'all be turning fast on somebody.
I'm not the one who said Amanda was going to cheat. Okay, that wasn't me. So you guys need to remember who the real enemy is of this episode, okay?
I'm sorry. I don't know how me claiming that an actor could kidnap me just became the least awful thing on this show.
We did say some crazy things today. That's okay.
Whatever.
I just can't.
One person for them.
Okay, here's what I'll say about the ship. Because
did y'all see the bus?
What bus?
The bus Taylor just threw me under. Did y'all see the bus?
Okay, well, that maybe next episode you won't say the word hope before I do.
Fuck, guys.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Hostile.
Couple of things about this ship. I will say Stabler lost his wife still recently, ignoring whatever bullshit he's done over on organized crime and how many of the women he has slept with. I will say he still is grieving. Also, Benson deserves so much better. He has treated her so poorly, especially in how he left her. She deserves better than that. And just because I'm me, Cassidy is endgame. All right.
Anyway, best line. Just kidding. No, I respect it. Here's the thing. I see both of your opinions. I genuinely do. I respect it. I just like to play out my opinion.
You don't respect shit today. You don't respect shit today.
I do respect it. But we're having a fun, lively debate.
That's what people say. Literally, when I say I respect what your opinion, it really just means like I don't give a fuck what you just said because I'm down on my shit.
I genuinely do. I genuinely see both of your opinions and get it. I ship it.
I'm like,
okay. All right. Shall we move on to best lines?
Yes, please, God.
Are we gonna do rip from the headlines?
We will get there.
That's after. Calm down.
All right.
Don't you worry. Because I also have news. I also have announcements. We still have so much more show. Best lines. I already said one earlier that I think is going on a t-shirt, and it is apparently I'm better at talking to psychopaths than teenage girls. Felicia, you got another one?
You're an awesome magnet. And let me see what I got here. Okay. The greatest act of love is forgiveness. And that is Paul talking about why he's going to forgive his wife for fucking the dude that kidnapped their daughter because the dude was also fucking him.
Yes!
Yeah.
Also, I just thought that is actually like really is like true. Like the greatest act of love is forgiveness. But you can forgive somebody and totally not be with them. Like forgiveness does not equal access. Okay. Just a word there for y'all. My husband's not gay. He's not. Claire. And millions and trillions of women across the world who have said that since the dawn of time.
So good.
It's Paul for me, this whole episode.
Yes.
In the exchange where he's confessing what he did, they said, okay, then what happened? Then what happened? Said something about like maybe, I couldn't catch it all. Look, it's hard to type and watch the episode. He said maybe once or twice more after that. Like that whole entire exchange, I wanted to write the entire dialogue because they weren't giving a fuck. Like it was what we normally see from them. Like whenever we're like, no, it's okay. Just say what happened. They're like, listen, okay. And then Icy's, and then what? And then what? Like he's really sitting this guy. Okay, and then what? Okay, like nobody felt bad for him. Like he's like, I don't know, was there such a thing? No one felt bad for him.
My favorite part of that scene is that Finn goes, we're not going to judge you. And then sits there with the judgiest face I've ever seen.
It's close to somebody. Just imagine somebody just literally just like, okay, and then, okay. Like just right here, look at you like you are a piece of shit. You are a real piece of shit. What I didn't appreciate though, they could have told us a little bit more, like what happened. Like the documentary had provided much more juicier details.
We'll get there. Any other lines?
Let me see what I got here. No, these are just my regular notes. That's all my lines.
Okay. Somebody in the chat has this one. I also had it, and it's keep him behind bars. Even if he can walk on water, he can't bend steel. And I would say my favorite of the lines. What are you, Bible explaining to me now?
It's a good one.
All right, take it away, Taylor.
Well, first of all, I love how they integrate technology. Where did you find this? The cloud? Like, for what? Why do we need that line? I don't know, but we did, and I liked it. You're right that Paul was the real MVP of this. I've been zooming for work 10 hours a day. Like, we can all relate. He's a godly man. No, he's not. He didn't find Jesus. He found Beth.
Yes.
Some more Paul lines. The way he just gave so much attitude, I had to respect it. Well, apparently there's a lot of things he didn't mention. And the way he delivered the line, do you hear yourself? The way he took the pause between, do you hear yourself? Killed me. I love that you use the word spirit because that's exactly what this was. And then finally, I'm carrying God's baby is just a classic. I also love the Brooklyn Bridge tie. That's not really a line. I just thought it was really funny how that was on her screensaver. And Finn's like, oh, well, a bridge. Well, she had a Brooklyn Bridge as her screensaver. I thought that was hysterical. It was just fantastic. Paul, MVP, do you hear yourself? That was what I was asking her the whole time. Do you hear yourself?
Oh, so great. All right.
It is one thing about that scene though. I just remember when they rolled up on them, she had such a little girl's outfit on. She had such a little, you're thinking getting married. She had such a little girl Easter Sunday kind of outfit on that I was like, great job for wardrobe to really take that moment and just look that she's a child. Look, she's a kid. She had on Mary Jane's or some shit. She has a little cardigan over her dress. That's a little girl. I thought that was a really interesting part of that story.
Yeah. I also want to say I kind of liked how they completely bamboozled her at the end. They're like, listen, we're going to sign off on this marriage. We just need you to do this. And then they completely I was like, that is, it's smart, but
I'm sorry. The flaw, okay, that's what I want to say. The flaw of this, I believe, is raising that child as their own. That's not okay. If you've watched any movie in the 90s, you'll know that pretending that your older sister isn't your mom is not good. There's a couple of movies about that. It never goes well, and it's crazy, and it's still delusional. Is that they live in delusion. Y'all are still being delusional.
I think there's a Disney Channel show about that where a girl finds out that her right? That's a recent show.
Andy Mack?
I think so, yeah.
Why do I know that? I don't know, actually. I just pulled that out of somewhere.
Also, I want to say the way that they bamboozled her, at first I thought the idea was they were telling the daughter to tell him that they have permission to do this so that he'd cross state lines and then they could get him on kidnapping. That's where I thought it was going. But then when it was the confession, I was like, guess that's a good reason.
I thought it was going to be you live with him now. We're not going to help you. You're out. I thought they were going to be, and she was going to be like, oh, I don't want to leave you. I thought it was going to be appealing to her. You're on your own. Bye. Won't see you again. And that was going to make her realize she still wanted to stay with them. But no, it was much more, not sinister, but I was like, wow, they really like.
I think they just did what they had to do, and at that point, like, it was like, okay, maybe you guys do actually care about your daughter because you're willing to like
lie to her.
Yeah, like, you know, you're willing to continue, you put further damage on it in order to like get it healed or get him away from her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's just so fucking strange.
Well, it gets stranger because this is ripped from the headlines. All right, everybody. After we wrap today's show, please head to Netflix and check out Abducted in Plain Sight.
I've heard of that, but I haven't watched. Okay, pieces are coming together.
It is a documentary from 2017, and it covers the kidnapping of Jan Broberg Felt, an Idaho teenager who was abducted by her neighbor and family friend Robert Berchtold in the 70s on 2 occasions. I'm going to say this because I don't want to spoil the documentary because there's so much more. But I 100% understand why the show chose not to go with like the other things that happened, because I think as a viewer of SVU, you'd be like, you had a good story and then you went too crazy and it went off the rails. And I don't know why you would bring in this weird other thing. But let me tell you, there's a whole weird other thing. But yes, he slept with both the parents to kidnap the girl.
And they didn't know. And that same thing, like they were hiding it from each other. And so it was like, that is really nuts if you think about it, because you have to be very calculated, because you're gonna have to remember all the individual lies you told to each of the people and remember all that stuff. And why I'm even looking up trying to do that is because I have to even the mental strain it takes me to even think about how of a place your mind would have to be to like be so controlling and manipulative to so many different people at the same fucking time. And I just watch the documentary. Are you putting it in your phone? I'm like dying. You put it in your phone?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, please, like immediately watch it. Like it's very cool.
It's so you're going to be already spoiled about the fact that he slept with the parents, but I guarantee There's a whole other thing. It is called Abducted in Plain Sight. It is on Netflix in the US at least. Abducted.
She ended up writing a book. She wrote a book. So if you like to read, you can read her book about her experience about it. It's crazy because ultimately this woman did end up, realizing all the things that were wrong. So it's like, I'm just like putting it out there. Like, it's not like for the rest of the family's life, they just continue to just be fucking stupid. Sorry, I almost said the R word. Stupid. But yeah, it gets better for her. And I think it's important to like put out there too.
I will also say, I think the book leaves out, from what I read, I think the book leaves out the thing about the father.
Well, yeah, because it's like, I think it's like from her perspective or whatever. And I guess like, I don't know, I never had to write a book about my life, and there's probably parts I would totally omit.
Yeah. So I highly recommend the documentary.
I will be watching right after this.
I'm so excited for you.
A glass of wine or something.
Yeah.
Because the dramatics will flow out of your body and it'll be so funny. You're like, oh my God. And you sort of be holding something,
Yeah. Totally.
All right. I know we're running long today, but there's still so much more because I have actual show news. So last week we discussed who's going to be in the next episodes. And yes, Aidan Quinn is back in episode 21. And it is confirmed. I apologize to anyone that thought that I wasn't believing them, but we have confirmation that Barbara will be in the season finale. Also, news dropped this week, if you missed it, that the showrunner Warren Leight is leaving the show at the end of this season. Now, Warren has set up so many things. For example, whatever this Khaldun situation is, and the whole Captain Murphy over at Hate Crimes, like so much has been established, and literally our new favorite vicious detective from Major Case from last episode. All of these things got set up, And so now that Warren's abandoning us, I can only hope that our next showrunner doesn't lose these stories, doesn't let these strings get just left hanging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just so scared for the show.
But can I be like kind of honest? So sorry in advance, but the fuck Warren's left us hanging before on the strings that he's drawn. So I mean, if we get left, they get left. We've been left before. It's okay. As long as Maria's still there, we'll be okay. We'll be just fine. If Olivia and Finn are there, we'll be fine. Well, and I guess Amanda too. We can put her in there, but
in her place.
I thought that was generous, but yeah, we could we put her in there, and yeah, like, cause I mean, no, I think it's generous, and let me explain. I'm not trying to like shade her because I think like that Kelly's like an amazing actress and just so fucking talented. Even before she was on as a recurring like cast member, her guest star roles are amazing. No, it's just that she's not an OG, and they kind of are, and so that's why I was like, oh, I guess I could put her in that kind of category.
No, that's fair. She is still the newest, even though she's been on for like 10 years, which is crazy to think about. Like, she's almost as long as Stabler was the first time, which is like, I don't know, that's wild to think about that. But no, you're right.
Thanks.
Yes, George also reminds us that Benson's going to be on the mothership for their season finale. We announced that when it was new.
I watched the mothership.
So let's talk about the other shows because we do need to bring them up. Yes. Anything on the mothership relevant to SVU?
No, that was the news that it's relevant. They're very in their own space, and that's why I kind of like it.
Okay. Organized Crime had a big crossover where Benson and Velasco were on the show. Here's what you missed because I'm watching that show so you don't have to. Nothing. They helped out with their garbage. It has nothing to do with our show. It was a waste of time. It's literally to get SVU people to watch their crap, and there's no point.
It's giving very much timeshare, like, come see his presentation.
Yes.
There's lunch.
100%. It's come to this meeting. We'll feed you. Oh, it's 3-day-old pizza.
Oh,
great.
My gosh, that's funny.
Okay. So that's what happened over there. I was so annoyed that I sat through it. Because also the clip that I showed you today is between the shows. It doesn't tie into anything.
That's why, like, I don't know how they can do it. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. Also, George says, "Damn, Yale." Correct. All right.
One of us has pissed someone off today. That is a record, I think.
I'm so proud of us. Wow.
All right.
Keep going.
We have no new reviews on iTunes, which is a disappointment. We're disappointed.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
All these quality jokes that we're giving you. You got a BDMS joke top a show. Like, come on.
BDSM.
I don't know the letters in order. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? I might be dyslexic. Why would you do that to me?
I'm helping.
I'm not dyslexic, but I don't know the letters and shit. I just know that
you had the letters correct. They were out of order.
All the different. Well, okay. Well, y'all know what the fuck I was talking about, right? Okay. Aftercare.
I love it.
Okay. All right. Oh, Taylor.
Yep.
It's time for the weekly poll.
Yeah, it is. So last week, we had probably the best poll that we've ever had, and that is, do you want to see more Detective Scavo? And the choices were yes, hell yes, absolutely, or no, I don't have taste. I'm extremely disappointed at these results. I just want to say that right now. In fourth place, we have yes, which fair enough. That should be fourth. That should probably be, no, that should be in third place. In third place, we have absolutely. In second place, we have no, I don't have taste, with 28.6% of the vote.
Wow.
That is disrespectful and hurtful to me personally. But thankfully, in first place with 33.3% of the vote, that's a third of all voters, we have hell yes, which was the correct answer. I also would have accepted yes or absolutely, but hell yes is the correct answer. The people who said no, I don't.
I think the reason no was second is because you literally split the other.
I did, but that's still over a fourth of the votes is no.
Listen, not everyone has taste.
Not everyone has taste, and they admitted to it. I guess I can't fault them for.
They did.
Yeah.
They don't have taste. I didn't give them a choice. And then this week we are asking. I thought we'd do a little bit of a fun, different one again this week. The episode ones are a bit hard to come up with new stuff every week. So this week we asked, who is your favorite squad mom? We have Serena Benson. We have Bernadette Stabler. We have Beth Ann Rollins. And we have Serafina Carisi. I'm voting. I mean, Beth Ann has 0% of the votes, which is disrespectful. She's iconic. Is she the best mom? No. Is she very entertaining? Yes. I don't know. Stabler's mom's pretty cool.
Stabler's mom is great because now she's on organized crime and we're getting to know her better. And I'll tell you this, it was very fun to have her and deal with her mental illness and her getting older. But now the whole storyline on that fucking show is about, like, was his dad a bad cop? No shit, Stabler, you're a bad cop. Of course your dad was also a bad cop. So now she's just like, why are you looking at your dad's past? So it's really, she was great and they did great things with her, and then that fucking show, I'm annoyed. Sorry, go on.
That's all I said. I was curious who you guys would vote for. They all have their pros and cons for sure.
I would say Mariska's mom.
Whoa. Motherhood is hard, Audrey. Okay, give him a break.
That's a good one. It's probably, I think either Amanda or Stabler has, like, probably the hardest road to go on with their mom. I don't want to say it's a bad mom. I feel like it's hard to call somebody, even a fictional character, a bad mom, because, like, being somebody's mom is not easy.
The question is, who's the best?
It's the best or who's the bad
favorite? No, who's your favorite? I'm not gonna say bad. Who's your favorite?
No.
Mine is Beth Ann Rollins when her and Kim roll up.
You just love.
She has the most dysfunctional of the families, and so that always makes them more interesting. Yeah, she's nice.
It's a hard question. We'll tell you where to find the poll in just a bit. It is time for a segment. I forgot to.
I didn't forget.
What did we learn? Taylor, why don't you go first?
Well, the first thing I learned is that you can apparently just air 2 minutes in the middle of things that don't show anywhere else. I thought that was a lot to take in. I also learned, I don't know that I learned it, but I didn't, like, know for sure that you can't, like, force a minor to, like, go through a pregnancy test or, like, a rape kit. Like, I don't know. I guess I didn't know that for sure because she is only, like, 14. I didn't know if there was, like, different laws against that. I'm glad there aren't because I feel like that would be really invasive. But I thought that was interesting. I also thought it was, I mean, I don't know that I learned this, but I did want to shout out the fact that when they asked Nick's ex about, like, the $5,000, she's like, I should have claimed it. I'm sorry, I should have claimed it. And they're like, we don't care about that. But I thought that was funny too. Like, I guess she should have claimed that. So yeah, I learned a lot this week.
Shit.
She could have texted one of us and gave one of those away. You said, like, 3 of them. You could have gave one to somebody.
Maybe if you don't steal hope from me next week.
Bitch.
Wow.
So.
Fuck. I know what I learned.
Oh, go. Yeah.
That
No, I learned that when the 3 of us are here, the show is so much better.
Yeah.
Having you two both here is really a fucking delight, and it brings out the absolute worst and best in all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't mean to be all,
That was so cute. No, it's fine.
Sure.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what y'all said and tell y'all it's worse in real life. You watch the show, you go, those girls say some stuff. That's horrible. My goodness. Invite us to an event. Invite us out.
Yeah.
Let us be all out together. Because
you should see what it's like when we don't have to worry about talking over each other.
No, what I learned this episode. Okay, so I didn't know that, like, you couldn't someone get that done that's a minor, because I think we always just think, oh, well, someone's a minor, then they're up to whatever their parents decide. And in a lot of the cases that might be true, but just in this one it's not, which is relieving, because even though something might be in your best interest, only you can't make somebody force you to make a decision again about your body when somebody's already violated you in that kind of way. Then someone else tries to take control of that, like literally, probably that's wrong. So I didn't know that existed. And I learned that you should do your own background checks on people who are going to be around your kids, and not hope that the church people do the background check, because they'll do the background check and they'll find that the person have fake identity, and they'll still let them come around your kids.
Yes. That is great. That is a great one that you learned. I play softball learned that I'm going to beat it to the theme song is now part of my everyday vocabulary. Hell yes. Hell yes.
It's a great song. It's like you can move to it.
Yeah. All right. I have some announcements before we wrap up today, because I said I would. So first of all, we have episode 21, 22 left of the season. So there are 2 more episodes. We are going to try our best to keep the show at our normal time, Sundays at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. That said, tomorrow on this channel or wherever you are listening to or watching this podcast, there will be an extra episode, a very special episode. We will be talking to Reggie Lee, the actor who played Paul, the one who had most of the best lines according to Taylor. Taylor, what was it?
Mr. Do You Hear Yourself?
I'm so excited. So we're going to have that. I'm going to tell you right now, the time has not been confirmed, but I guarantee you it will be prior to 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And if you cannot join us live, it will be available on the YouTube channel and Spotify, iTunes, wherever you're listening to the podcast. Again, you can watch us and see us visually on both YouTube and Spotify. Also, please go to iTunes, rate and review. We are giving you fucking gold this week. Please go and give us our 5 stars because you like us. And if our gold has too many swear words, you give us 4 stars and let us know that you're approved.
In your mind?
Yes. Let us know that you think we're vulgar. Please let us know.
We also would be a really great drinking game too. I feel like someone is watching this, and we do shit all the time that you guys we don't even realize that we probably do. Make a drinking game. Have fun. It's a Sunday that we do this show. So like, what are you really doing anyway?
Yeah. All right. Real quick, George learned that if someone slept with most of your family members, you should get the hell away from that person. George, did you not already know that?
I mean, hey, it's all right. We're not going to judge.
I'm not judging. I'm just wondering how.
I'm
judging.
I'm not judging. I'm just wondering how.
Wow. Okay. All right. Felicia Michelle, where are you on the internet these days?
I really haven't been on the internet, guys. I haven't been posting anything. Don't make me big. I hate it.
I'm sorry.
He knows I hate it. Anyway, if you want to see what I'm doing, you can go to Instagram and find me at It's Felicia Michelle. I should be promoting myself a lot better, but a bitch be fucking tired. Y'all got a lot of jobs, and I don't want to talk about them all the time. But if you go,
you look so good.
I told you guys before we started, I was depression kitty for like 3 weeks, and I had the same raggedy ass bun in my hair. So that's why I'm back. So now I do, but I'm still tired. So, but you can still follow me because I'll still be talking shit like on my story, and I'll still be posting stuff, and we're always still working. But yeah. Oh, if you have a great story, if you feel like you're a really awesome person and you pour into other people, and you also think you're a game show contestant, you can go follow me on Instagram and at It's Felicia Michelle, and you can send me your information. I'm casting for The Wall season 5. This is the last week. I'm done. So if you don't get in this week, you ain't getting in. So if you're watching this and it's a week from now, don't hit me up about it. Don't hit me up about it. If you're watching it and still within the week, hit me up about it. But if you after, hit me up about it.
You have till Friday. All right, Taylor.
Thursday.
Oh, you have till Thursday. Shit.
So
right.
I'm going to try to use my hand gestures again. You can find me on Twitter at @alpha_Ann. That's where you can find the poll as well. You can also find me on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. Why am I a mime now? I don't know. This is what came to my head. Interpretive dancing. Yeah. Find me there, you guys, if you want. I don't know why you wouldn't want.
Amazing.
That's great.
Thank you both so much for being here today. Thank you so much to everyone who's live in our chat. George and Audrey and I play softball. Audrey, I'm going to say this one more time. We are an SVU after show. We are not covering Grey's Anatomy. George, I already said Aaliyah, Peg Junk, Zach, Stephanie.
Zach always is here.
Always here. Making sure I caught everybody. Yes, I think I said everybody. And if I missed you and you're here live, I'm sorry that I missed you. If you happen to know the actor from the show, Alexander Koch, please let him know.
Hey, yo, Alex, if you are listening, my girl Yell said you can kidnap her.
You can find me at Yell Teagle, YAELTYGIL on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter, but less. So find me on Instagram. You can also find me on the Hollywood Critics Association channel for Hollywood Approved on Tuesdays. I just interviewed the cast of The Wilds, so you can check that out there. I also just interviewed the really attractive people from Fantasy Island. That will be available on the Hollywood Critics Association channel as well. I think that's it for now. I have big news coming out soon, and I'm very excited to share that with you. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. Again, Alex Koch. Hi. Okay, everybody. Bye.
Peace.